Well, hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Yellow Bus Guy Garage, or the hangar this time. And just wanted to do a tabletop review of my Turnigy Talon version 2. And it's basically complete now. And I thought I'd go over the equipment setup and how I set it up. Because I know if you're getting into it, you have a lot of questions. And there's a lot to learn when you build one of these things. And overall, the build's been fairly simple. And but like I said, there's a steep learning curve. You're going to learn a lot of things if it's the first one you've built. You know, if you're used to buying store-bought ones, you know, you just fire them up and fly them. But it's a different when you're going to go set things up. Well, anyway, like I said, this is the Turnigy Talon version 2. It's a carbon fiber 550 millimeter frame. Came from Hobby King. Everything on here came from Hobby King. I'm using the KK 2.15 flight control. My receiver is the AR610 Spectrum receiver. All the jumpers, like you need male-to-male jumpers to go from the flight control board to your receiver. That came from Hobby King. I'm using Turnigy. No, I'm sorry. They're NTM 2826 1200 kV motors with 8 by 4.5 inch props, and these are slow fly, and they're inexpensive, and I feel they're suitable for training, and that's what I consider this, a training copter. Like I said, I've flown some store-bought ones. I have my Dramata Ominous, and that's what really got me interested in it. That thing was so much fun to fly, and I'm going to continue flying it to improve my skills. But yeah, I'm considering this as another trainer, and just a little more advanced. And let me see. So we got the NTM motors. The speed controls are Multistar 30 amp. And these are nice because they come with all the bullets installed. There's no soldering to be done. And what I did, I used 200 millimeter extensions, so I could run the motor wires through the boom, keep them inside. I'm using a breakout cable. There's a couple options for powering all your speed controls. You can get a what's called a power distribution board, which I did get, and the idea was I was going to mount it inside here and be all nice and clean, and then your ESC bullets would just plug right into it. And there's also an output that you can plug into your KK board that'll give you a voltage readout, and you can set up an alarm. It'll chirp at you for whatever. You can still do that, but it's going to involve some wiring to do it. But anyway, the board, and they all seem to be about the same size. They're about exactly the same size as this, same footprint. Does not fit. You know, once you get it in here, there's no room to plug anything in. I wanted to mount it underneath the flight control, but the outputs line up with the legs. I mean, it just wouldn't work. So I went ahead and get a breakout cable, and just for, goes from your battery plug and then breaks out into 4 different leads, so that you can plug in, actually 8, so you can plug in all your ESCs and power everything. Yeah, this is about as basic as it gets, really. I'm flying everything from an 1800 milliamp pack all the way to a 3100 milliamp pack. And the 1800, 2000, and a 2200, I get 6 minutes. And I went and bought a big 3100 milliamp pack, and only got 7.5, 8 minutes. And from what I'm being told, some friends of mine that are more advanced and more familiar with these, they say I need to go up in voltage. And if you want more flight time, it's more efficient to go up in voltage, say to a 4-cell, lower kV motors with bigger props. And they say an easy 10+ minute flights. And it's just more efficient, apparently. But I'm not going to change my whole setup just for that. I've got all these packs, so I'll just fly them. And I've got 4 packs I can fly off of. So, you know, it's adequate. But if you want a longer flight times, you might want to look into setting it up for foresail. Anyway, this is like I said, just a tabletop review. And oh, I did for orientation. Let me show you this. There we go. For orientation, I put these LED strips on the back. So you know, you're looking at the back, and then this is the front where the green props are. And this really helps in depending on who you are. I highly recommend doing whatever you can to keep orientation right. It's because this thing is symmetrical. It's really easy to lose it in the sky. And also has some other LEDs. There's some white LEDs on the front underneath the booms here, and then there's some blinking navigation lights which are almost invisible in anything but near darkness. That plugs into the receiver, so when you plug everything in it, they come on automatically. But and these strips here are powered by, I've got a small 2-cell here, and it just tucks inside the board. Nice and simple, and that battery will run those LEDs for hours. But anyway, that's what I've done for orientation. Green props in the front, and then these LED strips in the back, and that works out pretty well. But anyway, if you got any questions, I'll try and answer them. You can hit me up with questions in the comments, and let me know what you've built and what your experiences have been. And like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. And happy flying. And I'll tell you what, winter sucks. I'm already done with winter, ready for spring to come back. So I'll catch you guys later.